Stop what you're doing right now. Close your eyes for just a moment. Take one deep breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now ask yourself this question. What if there's a signal broadcasting to you right now, a quantum frequency calling your name, and 99% of people will never receive it because they're tuned to the wrong channel? Open your eyes, because what I'm about to share with you in the next hour could fundamentally change not just how you understand reality, but how you interact with it. This isn't theory, this isn't philosophy, this is the science of why some people seem to effortlessly manifest while others struggle for decades with the same patterns, the same blocks, the same sense of something's missing. And here's what makes this different. You're about to discover that you're not broken. You never were. Let me guess your story, because I've heard it 1,000 times. And maybe it's your story too. You've been on this journey for a while now. You've tried manifestation techniques. You've created vision boards. You've repeated affirmations in the mirror until your face goes numb. You've done the meditations, read the books, taken the courses. Some of it helped for a while. You felt that surge of hope, that momentary alignment, that brief window where everything seemed possible. But then the pattern came back, that old familiar frequency, that voice saying, "Who are you kidding?" That pulled back into the same timeline, the same reality, the same version of yourself you've been trying to escape. And you started wondering, am I doing it wrong? Am I not spiritual enough? Is there something fundamentally broken in me that everyone else figured out? Here's what I need you to hear. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You're trying to change stations on a radio while the antenna is pointed at the wrong tower. You're trying to reprogram software while the operating system remains unchanged. You're broadcasting on one frequency while trying to receive on another. And the universe, the quantum field, it doesn't respond to your words. It doesn't respond to your thoughts. It responds to your frequency. What makes this approach different, what makes this the moment your life could split into two timelines, is that we're going to bridge 3 dimensions of understanding that are rarely brought together. Pillar 1, the science of consciousness. Not mysticism, not wishful thinking, but measurable, provable mechanics of how consciousness creates reality. We're talking quantum physics, neuroscience, bioelectromagnetism, the real science that explains why your thoughts generate fields that interact with matter. This is the bridge between modern science and ancient wisdom. Pillar 2, energy self-care as medicine, not as a luxury, not as woo-woo, but as practical technology for healing your body and rewiring your nervous system. Your biofield, the electromagnetic field around your body, is as real as your heartbeat. And when you learn to work with it, you don't just change your mood, you change your matter. Pillar 3, natural magic, the forgotten art of working with the intelligence of nature. Lunar cycles, elements, seasons, the electromagnetic field of the earth itself. These aren't metaphors, they're real forces that amplify your signal or scramble it. When you align with them, you become 10 times more powerful. When you bring these 3 together, when you integrate science, energy, and practice, something extraordinary happens. You don't just change your thoughts, you don't just heal your emotions, you literally shift into a different timeline where the old patterns simply don't exist anymore. Before we go further, I need to warn you, this content is activational. As you watch this video, some of you will feel tingling in your hands or feet. Some will feel emotional, waves of grief, joy, or relief you can't explain. Some will have a sudden urge to change something in your life immediately. Some will feel resistance, like your old self is fighting to stay alive. All of this is normal. That's your system recognizing truth. That's your higher self saying, yes, finally, this is what I've been waiting for. So here's my advice. Trust what you feel in your body more than what you think in your mind. Your body knows before your brain does. Let's begin the journey from pattern to possibility. For the last several years, I've been diving deep into the intersection between quantum physics, neuroscience, and practical spirituality, not as a mystic disconnected from reality, but as someone searching for truth, whether it lives in physics laboratories or in ancient energy healing practices. And here's what I discovered. The gap between science and spirituality, it's artificial. It was created by people who benefit from you staying small, staying confused, staying dependent on external systems. The truth is this: consciousness is not a product of matter. Consciousness is matter. Your thoughts aren't just electrical signals bouncing around your brain. They're fields, electromagnetic fields that extend beyond your body, interact with other fields, and literally collapse quantum possibilities into physical reality. This isn't metaphor. This is measurable physics. And once you understand this, once you feel this in your body, you stop being a victim of circumstance and become a conscious creator of reality. Not through force, not through hustle, but through alignment with the field that's already responding to you, whether you know it or not. Today, you're going to receive the complete map. Here's what we're covering. Part A1, the quantum signal, what it is and why only 1% receive it. The science of frequency, the nature of quantum signals, and why most people are broadcasting on the wrong channel without knowing it. Part A2, the 1927 discovery that changed everything. The experiment that proved consciousness affects matter and what it means for your ability to create reality right now. Part A3, your 3 broadcasting systems. How your brain, heart, and gut each generate their own electromagnetic fields, and why coherence between them is the key to manifestation. Part A4, the hidden interference patterns. Why your childhood programming, ancestral trauma, and collective consciousness are scrambling your signal, and how to clear them. Part A5, energy hygiene protocol. The daily practices that keep your biofield clear, your frequency high, and your signals strong. This is energy self-care as medicine. Part A6, the quantum activation sequence, a complete protocol for tuning into the signal, aligning your 3 brains, and consciously choosing which timeline you want to collapse into physical reality. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to learn will challenge everything you thought you knew about who you are and what you're capable of. Let's begin. 1927, Copenhagen, Denmark. A group of physicists gathered for one of the most important conferences in human history, the Solvay Conference. At the center of the debate, a young physicist named Werner Heisenberg and his mentor, Niels Bohr. They had just discovered something that made no sense according to classical physics, something that Albert Einstein himself would spend the rest of his life trying to disprove. It was called the observer effect. Here's what they discovered. When you run the double slit experiment, shooting electrons through 2 slits, something impossible happens. If you don't observe which slit the electron goes through, it behaves like a wave, creating an interference pattern, as if it went through both slits at once. But the moment you observe it, the moment you measure which slit it went through, the wave collapses. The electron behaves like a particle. It goes through 1 slit. Let me repeat that because this changes everything. The act of observation changes the behavior of matter, not because you touched it, not because you interfered mechanically, but because consciousness, the act of observing, collapsed infinite possibilities into one reality. Einstein hated this. He called it spooky. He said, God doesn't play dice with the universe. He spent decades trying to prove it was incomplete, that there were hidden variables we just hadn't discovered yet. But experiment after experiment confirmed it. In 1982, Alain Aspect's experiment proved quantum entanglement was real. In 1998, researchers at the Weizmann Institute in Israel confirmed that observation does affect reality at the quantum level. This isn't philosophy, this is physics. And here's the question that changes everything. If consciousness affects matter at the quantum level, if your observation collapses possibilities into reality, what does that mean for your life right now? It means your focused attention, your consciousness, is the broadcasting antenna that determines which version of reality you experience. It means that the universe isn't happening to you, it's happening through you in response to the signal you're transmitting. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because in 1993, another group of scientists at the Institute of HeartMath discovered something that would connect all of this to your body. They discovered that your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater in amplitude than your brain, that this field can be detected up to 3 feet outside your body, and that when you experience certain emotions, gratitude, love, compassion, coherence, your heart enters a harmonic rhythm that synchronizes your brain, your nervous system, and even your cells. In other words, your heart isn't just pumping blood, it's broadcasting a frequency. And that frequency, that's your quantum signal. Let's go deeper into how this works and why most people never learn to control it. Let's go straight to the scientific point that changes everything. Your body is not just a biological machine, it's a broadcasting station. Right now, as you sit here watching this, your heart is generating an electromagnetic field. Your brain is generating waves. Your gut, which contains 100 million neurons, more than your spinal cord, is generating its own intelligence signal. These aren't metaphors. These are measurable, quantifiable electromagnetic fields that interact with the quantum field around you. In 1993, the Institute of HeartMath began measuring something extraordinary. They discovered that when you feel emotions of coherence, gratitude, love, compassion, appreciation, your heart enters into a harmonic rhythm, not just any rhythm, but a specific mathematical pattern that they could measure using heart rate variability monitors. Dr. Rollin McCraty, the director of research, found that this coherent heart rhythm does something remarkable. It synchronizes your brain waves. It regulates your autonomic nervous system. It even affects the DNA in your cells, turning on healing genes and turning off stress genes. But here's what shocked them. They discovered that the electromagnetic field generated by your heart in this coherent state is 5,000 times more powerful than the field generated by your brain. 5,000 times. Let that sink in for a moment. Your heart isn't just responding to your brain's commands. Your heart is the primary transmitter. It's the antenna. It's the signal that the quantum field responds to. They measured this using squid magnetometers, superconducting quantum interference devices that can detect incredibly subtle magnetic fields. And what they found was irrefutable. The heart's electromagnetic field extends 8 to 10 feet in all directions around your body. This field changes in real time based on your emotional state. When you're in coherence, the field becomes organized. It has a clear harmonic pattern. When you're in stress, anxiety, or fear, the field becomes chaotic, scattered, incoherent, weak. And here's the kicker. They discovered that when two people are in close proximity, their heart fields interact. They measured synchronization between the heart rhythm of one person and the brain waves of another person standing nearby. This is scientific proof of what mystics have been saying for thousands of years. We are all connected through invisible fields of energy. And before you think this is pseudoscience, understand this. Your body is approximately 70% water. In 1999, Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated that water molecules respond to consciousness, forming different crystalline structures based on the intention and emotion directed at them. If thoughts and emotions alter the molecular structure of water, and you are 70% water, then your thoughts and emotions are literally restructuring your body at the molecular level every single moment. The quantum signal isn't something mystical you need to tap into. You're already broadcasting it. The question is, what frequency are you transmitting? Here's what few people understand. The quantum field, the field of infinite possibilities that physicists call the zero-point field, operates like a cosmic radio. It's always on. It's always broadcasting every possible version of reality simultaneously. But here's the thing. It responds to the frequency you're transmitting, not the words you're speaking. Think of it like this. Imagine there are 1,000 radio stations broadcasting right now, all at the same time, in the same space you're sitting in. Classical music, heavy metal, news, talk shows, jazz, pop, all of them all at once occupying the same space. But you only hear one station, the one your radio is tuned to. You're not creating the station, you're not making the music exist. It's already there, already broadcasting. You're just selecting which frequency you want to receive by turning the dial. Now here's where it gets profound. You are the radio. Your heart is the dial. Your emotions are the frequency selector. The quantum field is broadcasting every possible version of your life right now. The version where you're financially abundant. The version where you're struggling. The version where you're in a loving relationship. The version where you're alone. The version where you're healthy and vital. The version where you're sick and tired. All of these timelines exist simultaneously in the quantum field, as potential realities. They're all on the air right now. Which one you experience depends entirely on which frequency you're broadcasting. So let's apply this. If you're broadcasting anxiety, if your heart field is chaotic with worry and fear, you tune into the timeline where things keep going wrong. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because that's the frequency you're resonating with. If you're broadcasting gratitude, if your heart field is coherent with appreciation for what you already have, you tune into the timeline where more things to be grateful for keep showing up, because that's the frequency you're resonating with. If you're broadcasting lack, I need this to happen, I need money, I need love, you tune into more experiences of needing, because need itself is a frequency of absence, not presence. If you're broadcasting fullness, I am abundant, I am love, I am whole, you tune into experiences that match that frequency. This is not positive thinking. This is quantum mechanics. And here's the part that's hard to accept. You can't fake the frequency. You can say affirmations all day long. You can visualize until your eyes hurt. But if your heart field, if your actual electromagnetic broadcast is transmitting fear, lack, or unworthiness, that's what the quantum field responds to. The field doesn't hear your words, it feels your resonance. And this is where 99% of people get stuck. They're trying to change their thoughts while their heart is still broadcasting the old frequency. They're trying to tune to a new station while their dial is locked on the old one. So how do you unlock the dial? How do you change your heart's frequency? That's what we're about to explore. So what's the solution? The answer is coherence. Coherence is the state where your brain, your heart, and your gut, your three broadcasting systems, are aligned and transmitting the same signal. When this happens, your electromagnetic field becomes 10 times more powerful. Your signal becomes clear, strong, and unmistakable to the quantum field. And the best part, you can create coherence on demand. Right now. Here's the exact protocol I want you to practice for the next 21 days. This is the foundation of everything else we're going to do. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. In for 4 counts. Hold for 4, out for 6, hold for 2. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and tells your body, we're safe, we can shift. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Feel the physical sensations, the warmth, the rise and fall. This brings your consciousness out of your head and into your body, where the real transformation happens. Passo 2, heart activation, 5 minutes. Now bring your attention fully to your heart center, the space in the middle of your chest. Imagine you're breathing in and out through your heart, not your nose, not your lungs, your heart. As you breathe, recall a moment when you felt deep gratitude. Not something you think you should be grateful for, but something that genuinely fills you with warmth. A moment with a loved one, a time in nature, a memory that makes you smile without effort. Don't just think about it, feel it. Let the emotion fill your chest. Let it expand through your body. This is not visualization, this is feeling. Your heart field responds to genuine emotion, not imagined scenarios. Stay here for 5 minutes, breathing through your heart, feeling genuine gratitude or love or appreciation. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the feeling. Passo 3, broadcast your signal, 5 minutes. Now, while maintaining that coherent heart state, bring to mind the reality you want to experience. Not as something you're chasing, not as something you lack, but as something that already exists on a parallel timeline, and you're simply tuning into it. Feel what it would feel like to already be that person, to already have that reality. What does it feel like in your body, in your heart? What's the quality of that frequency? This is crucial. You're not trying to make it happen. You're not forcing or pushing. You're simply matching the frequency of the timeline where it's already real. Imagine your heart field expanding out 10 feet in all directions, broadcasting this coherent signal. See it as golden light, as ripples in a pond, as radio waves emanating from your chest. You are transmitting to the quantum field. This is my frequency. Bring me experiences that match this. Passo 4, release and trust, 3 minutes. Finally, take a deep breath and release. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the timeline. Let go of needing it to happen. Say internally, I am broadcasting my signal. The field is responding. I trust the process. Then open your eyes and go about your day. Don't check for results. Don't obsess about whether it's working. The quantum field responds to detachment, not desperation. When you do this exercise for the first time, it might feel awkward. Your mind might say, "This is silly. This isn't working." That's normal. That's your old operating system resisting the upgrade. But if you do this consistently for 21 days, 15 minutes every morning before you check your phone, before you interact with anyone, you will begin to notice changes. Subtle at first, synchronicities, opportunities, shifts in how people respond to you. This isn't magic. This is you learning to consciously broadcast a signal instead of unconsciously transmitting static. Now, before you rush off to do this exercise, there's something crucial I need to tell you about interference, because even if you master coherence, there are invisible forces, ancient patterns, ancestral trauma, collective frequencies that can scramble your signal without you even knowing it. And if you don't clear these interference patterns, you'll be broadcasting mixed signals. You'll be like a radio trying to play two stations at once, nothing but static. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the scientific reality that most spiritual teachers won't tell you. Your signal doesn't just come from you. You're not broadcasting in isolation. You're broadcasting through layers of programming, some from your childhood, some from your ancestors, and some from the collective consciousness of humanity itself. Think of it like this. You're trying to broadcast a clear signal, but you're transmitting through a filter that's been installed over decades, even generations, and that filter distorts everything. In 1994, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, a psychiatrist and researcher at Boston University, published groundbreaking research that would change how we understand trauma forever. His book, The Body Keeps the Score, documented decades of clinical evidence showing that trauma is not stored in your mind. It's stored in your body. Using brain imaging technology, specifically PET scans and fMRI, he demonstrated that when trauma survivors recall traumatic events, their brainwaves show something shocking. The language center of the brain, Broca's area, shuts down, while the emotional center, the amygdala, lights up like a Christmas tree. In other words, trauma lives in your nervous system as a frequency, not as a memory. It's not something you can think your way out of. It's an electromagnetic pattern that keeps broadcasting unconsciously, creating the same situations over and over again until you clear it at the body level. Dr. van der Kolk measured this using heart rate variability, HRV monitors. He found that trauma survivors have significantly lower HRV, meaning their heart rhythms are chaotic, incoherent, stuck in sympathetic nervous system activation, fight or flight. Even when they're sitting still, even when they're relaxed, their bodies are broadcasting a signal of danger, and the quantum field responds accordingly, bringing more experiences that match that frequency. He also discovered something profound. These patterns can be inherited. Research in epigenetics, particularly studies on Holocaust survivors and their descendants, shows that trauma can alter gene expression and be passed down through generations. Your grandmother's unresolved fear can be broadcasting through your field right now, and you don't even know it. This isn't woo-woo. This is peer-reviewed science, published in journals like Nature and Biological Psychiatry. So when you wonder why you keep attracting the same patterns, why you can't seem to manifest abundance, even though you're doing all the practices, this is why. You're trying to broadcast a new frequency, but there's an OLD frequency running in the background, scrambling your signal. It's like trying to play a violin while someone's blasting static through a megaphone next to you. The signal gets through, but it's distorted. And until you clear that interference at the somatic level, in your body, in your nervous system, you'll keep experiencing mixed results. Some manifestations will work, others won't, and you'll never know why. Let me show you how this works. Here's what most people don't understand about manifestation. You're not just broadcasting your frequency. You're broadcasting through layers of inherited frequencies. Imagine your consciousness as a light, pure, clear, powerful. But between you and the quantum field, there are layers of stained glass, each one tinted by a different experience, a different trauma, a different belief system. Your light passes through all of them before it reaches the field. And by the time it gets there, It's not your frequency anymore. It's a distorted version of it. Think of it like this. Imagine you're standing in a room with 10 stereo speakers, all playing different songs at the same time. Classical music from your grandmother, heavy metal from your father's unresolved anger, a lullaby from your mother's anxiety, news radio from the collective fear consciousness, and you're standing in the middle trying to play your song, your frequency, your chosen reality. But all those other speakers, they're louder than you are. They've been playing longer. They've been programmed deeper into your nervous system. So when you broadcast your signal to the quantum field, what actually gets transmitted is a mixture, a cacophony. The field hears all of it and responds to the dominant frequency, which is usually not the one you consciously chose. This is why affirmations don't work for most people. This is why vision boards fail. This is why you can meditate every day and still feel stuck. You're trying to change the song while the speakers are still blasting the old playlist. Let's get specific. You say, I am abundant. Money flows to me easily, but your nervous system is broadcasting. Money isn't safe. Rich people are bad. I don't deserve wealth. Inherited from your parents' scarcity mindset. You say, I am worthy of love, but your heart field is broadcasting, I'm not enough. I need to prove my value. Love is conditional, programmed from childhood experiences. You say, I trust the universe, but your gut is broadcasting, the world is dangerous. I need to control everything. Letting go means losing. Trauma response from ancestral survival patterns. The field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to the dominant frequency. And if 80% of your signal is unconscious interference, guess which 80% wins? And here's the hardest part to accept. You can't clear this interference with your mind. You can't think your way out of a nervous system pattern. You can't intellectually understand your way out of inherited trauma. You can't visualize your way out of a somatic frequency. You have to go into the body. You have to work with your nervous system. You have to clear the signal at the level where it's being broadcast, which is below your conscious awareness, in your biofield, in your cells, in your electromagnetic field. This is why energy work isn't woo-woo. It's the only way to clear the static and let your true signal come through. Let me show you how. So what's the solution? The answer is energy hygiene. Just like you brush your teeth every day to prevent decay, you need to clear your energetic field every day to prevent interference. This isn't optional if you're serious about manifestation. This is foundational. And the good news? You can do this in 10 minutes every morning. Here's the exact protocol for clearing interference patterns. The Biofield Clearing Protocol, 10 minutes daily. Step 1, morning energy scan, 2 minutes. Before you look at your phone, before you interact with anyone, before you even get out of bed, sit up and close your eyes. Place both hands on your body, starting at your head. Slowly move them down, forehead, throat, heart, solar plexus, belly, hips, legs. As you do this, scan for any areas that feel heavy, tight, or sticky. Don't judge what you feel, just notice. My throat feels constricted. My solar plexus feels anxious. My hips feel numb. This is you becoming aware of where the interference is stored in your field. Awareness is the first step to clearing. Step 2, golden light clearing, 4 minutes. Now visualize golden light, pure, clear, high-frequency light, pouring down through the crown of your head like liquid sunshine. Feel it entering your body, filling every cell, every organ, every space. As this light moves through you, it's dissolving any stagnant energy, any inherited patterns, any emotional residue from yesterday, last week, last year, last lifetime. See it breaking up the interference like sunlight dissolving fog. Pay special attention to the areas you identified in step 1. Send extra light there. Breathe into those spaces. Say internally, I release what is not mine. I clear all interference patterns now. And then visualize this golden light draining down through your legs, through your feet, into the earth. See all that dissolved energy flowing out of your field and into the ground, where it's neutralized and composted by the earth itself. You are not holding on to this energy. You are releasing it. Step 3, protective boundary setting, 2 minutes. Now that your field is clear, you need to set energetic boundaries so you don't pick up other people's frequencies throughout the day. Visualize a sphere of golden white light surrounding your entire body, about 3 feet in all directions. This is your biofield, your personal electromagnetic space. Say internally, "This is my field. Only frequencies that serve my highest good may enter. All other energies are deflected back to their source with love." Feel this boundary as real. It's not imagination, it's your conscious intention setting the electromagnetic parameters of your field. You're programming your biofield to be selective about what it allows in. Passo 4, frequency activation, 2 minutes. Finally, while your field is clear and protected, state your frequency for the day. Not what you want, not what you're trying to manifest, but who you are. Say it out loud. I am a clear channel for divine intelligence. I am broadcasting coherence, love, and abundance. I am aligned with my highest timeline. I am protected, guided, and supported. My signal is strong and clear. Feel these words in your body. Let them resonate in your chest. This is not affirmation. This is activation. You're tuning your dial, setting your frequency, choosing your broadcast. When you start doing this, you might feel emotional. You might cry, feel angry, or feel resistance. That's normal. That's the old energy leaving your system. You might also notice that certain people or situations feel different. Things that used to bother you don't anymore. People who were draining suddenly bounce off your field. That's your boundaries working. Do this every single morning for 30 days and watch what happens. You'll notice that your manifestations become faster and more aligned. Why? Because your signal is finally clear. Now here's what most people don't realize. Even with a clear field and a strong signal, there's one more piece of the puzzle. One more dimension of power that when you activate it, makes you 100 times more effective. I'm talking about working with forces outside your body. Forces in nature itself. Cycles, elements, planetary rhythms that most people completely ignore. And when you learn to align with these forces, when you learn to broadcast your signal in sync with the natural intelligence of the Earth and cosmos, that's when you become unstoppable. Let me show you how to tap into natural magic. Here's a scientific fact that will blow your mind. The Earth itself generates an electromagnetic field, and your body is designed to synchronize with it. This isn't mysticism. This is geophysics. The Earth's electromagnetic field, also called the Schumann resonance, pulses at approximately 7.83 Hertz, the exact same frequency as human alpha brainwaves, the state associated with relaxation, creativity, and flow. This means your body is literally tuned to the frequency of the planet. When you're in sync with it, you're in your power. When you're disconnected from it, you're out of alignment. In 1952, German physicist Winfried Otto Schumann mathematically predicted that the Earth's surface and the ionosphere act as a giant electromagnetic cavity resonating at specific frequencies. In 1954, his predictions were confirmed through measurement. But here's what's fascinating. In the 1970s, Dr. Herbert Koenig, Schumann's successor, discovered that when human beings are isolated from the Earth's electromagnetic field, placed in underground bunkers or electromagnetically shielded rooms, they experience disrupted circadian rhythms, decreased immune function, emotional instability, cognitive impairment. Their bodies literally lost coherence without the Earth's field. But when researchers introduced an artificial 7.83 Hertz signal into these environments, the symptoms disappeared. The subject's health normalized. This proved something extraordinary. Your body needs the Earth's frequency to function optimally. And here's the kicker. Modern life disconnects you from this field. You wear rubber-soled shoes. You live in buildings with concrete foundations. You're surrounded by electromagnetic interference from Wi-Fi, cell towers, and electronics, all of which scramble the natural signal. NASA has been studying this for decades because astronauts experience the same symptoms in space, disconnected from Earth's field. They found that the human heart, when grounded to the Earth's electromagnetic field, shows increased heart rate variability, a marker of resilience and adaptability, reduced inflammation markers in the blood, improved sleep quality, measured via EEG, faster wound healing, measured in controlled studies. Dr. James Oschman, a biophysicist, published research showing that when you make direct physical contact with the earth, bare feet on grass, hands in soil, electrons from the earth's surface flow into your body, neutralizing free radicals and reducing inflammation. This is why grounding or earthing isn't new age nonsense. It's bioelectromagnetics. So when you're trying to manifest, trying to broadcast your signal clearly, but you're completely disconnected from the earth's field, you're like a radio trying to transmit without an antenna. Your signal is weak, scattered, ineffective. But when you consciously align with the Earth's rhythms, when you ground yourself physically and energetically to the planet's electromagnetic field, your broadcast becomes amplified. You're no longer transmitting alone. You're transmitting through the Earth itself, through the most powerful electromagnetic system on the planet, and that changes everything. Here's what ancient cultures understood that we've forgotten. Nature isn't separate from you. Nature is the amplifier of your signal. When you align with lunar cycles, with seasonal rhythms, with elemental forces, you're not being spiritual, you're being strategic. You're using the electromagnetic intelligence of the planet to 10x your manifestation power. Think of it like surfing. You can try to swim across the ocean using just your arms and legs. You'll move forward slowly, painfully, exhaustingly. You might make some progress, but it's going to take forever and drain all your energy. Or you can wait for a wave. You can observe the rhythm of the ocean. You can position yourself correctly. And when the wave comes, you ride it, and suddenly you're moving 10 times faster with 1/10 of the effort. That's what working with natural cycles does for manifestation. The quantum field isn't static, it pulses, it has rhythms, it has high tide and low tide moments. New moon, high tide for planting intentions, starting fresh, setting new patterns. Full moon, high tide for harvesting results, completion, release, manifestation. Spring, high tide for growth energy, expansion, action, initiation. Winter, high tide for rest energy, reflection, integration, gestation. When you try to force growth during winter, you exhaust yourself. When you try to rest during spring, you miss opportunities. But when you align your actions with the natural rhythms, you're working with the current, not against it. Let's apply this specifically. If you're trying to manifest something new, do your coherence practice during the new moon. Set intentions when the moon is growing, waxing phase. Plant your seeds in spring or summer. Work with the element of fire, masculine, active, initiating energy. If you're trying to release something old, do your clearing work during the full moon. Release patterns when the moon is shrinking, waning phase. Let go in fall or winter. Work with the element of water, feminine, flowing, dissolving energy. If you're trying to ground your manifestations into reality, work during the earth element days, stable, solid material. Do practices at dawn or noon, yang energy, manifestation time. Connect physically with the earth, barefoot walking, gardening, touching soil. This isn't superstition. These are electromagnetic rhythms that your body is already attuned to, whether you're conscious of it or not. And here's what blocks most people. They try to manifest 24/7, 365 days a year, with the same intensity, the same energy, the same approach. That's not how nature works. That's not how energy works. There's a time to push and a time to rest, a time to broadcast and a time to receive, a time to expand and a time to integrate. When you ignore these rhythms, you burn out, you force, you create resistance. When you honor them, manifestation becomes effortless. So what's the solution? The answer is natural alignment. You need to consciously sync your practices with the electromagnetic intelligence of nature. And the beautiful thing is, nature makes this easy. The rhythms are already there. You just need to tune into them. Protocolo paso a paso, 3 minutos. Here's your natural magic protocol. Choose practices based on where we are in the lunar and seasonal cycles. The natural alignment protocol. Practice. 1. Daily grounding, 5 minutes every morning. This is non-negotiable. Every single morning before you do anything else, you need to physically connect with the Earth's electromagnetic field. Go outside, take off your shoes, stand barefoot on grass, soil, sand, anything natural and conductive. If you live in a city and can't access Earth, place your hands on a tree, on a stone, or even stick your hands in a potted plant with natural soil. Close your eyes, feel the connection. Visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the earth, 20 feet down, 50 feet down, into the molten core of the planet itself. As you breathe in, imagine pulling earth energy up through those roots, stable, grounded, powerful, real. As you breathe out, send any excess mental energy, anxiety, or static down into the earth where it's neutralized. Do this for 5 minutes. This syncs your biofield with the Schumann resonance and stabilizes your electromagnetic broadcast. Practice 2, New Moon Intention Ritual, 30 minutes once per month. On the new moon, you can look up the exact date online. Do this ritual. Step 1, perform your biofield clearing protocol from earlier. Step 2, light a candle, fire element, initiating energy. Step 3, write down 3 to 5 new intentions for the lunar cycle. Step 4, read them out loud, feeling each one as already true. Step 5, visualize planting these intentions like seeds in the earth. Step 6, close with, I plant these seeds in the field. They are growing in the dark, unseen, until they emerge at the perfect time. Do not check on these intentions obsessively. Let them germinate in the dark, just like real seeds. Practice 3, Full Moon Release Ritual, 30 minutes once per month. On the full moon, do this ritual. Step 1, perform your biofield clearing protocol. Step 2, fill a bowl with water, water element, dissolving energy. Step 3, write down everything you're releasing, old patterns, limiting beliefs, people or situations that no longer serve you. Step 4, read the list out loud, then tear it up or burn it safely. Step 5, visualize all of that energy dissolving into the water bowl. Step 6, pour the water onto the earth outside and say, I release this with gratitude. I am free. This clears space in your field for new manifestations to arrive. Practice 4, Seasonal Alignment, quarterly check-in. Every 3 months, at the change of seasons, do a bigger ritual. Spring, March 2021. Set your intentions for growth. What are you expanding this year? What are you initiating? Summer, June 2021. Celebrate what's blossoming. What's working? What needs more energy? Fall, September 22nd, 23. Harvest your results. What manifested? What needs to be released? Winter, December 21st. 22. Rest and integrate. What did you learn? What needs to gestate in the dark before spring? This keeps you aligned with the Earth's larger electromagnetic cycles and prevents burnout. Anticipação de obstáculos, 30 segundos. When you start working with natural cycles, your logical mind might resist. This is silly. The moon doesn't actually affect me. But watch what happens when you do it anyway. Watch how your manifestations start arriving with perfect timing. Watch how you stop forcing and start flowing. The moon pulls the oceans, billions of gallons of water across the entire planet. You are 70% water. You think it doesn't affect you. Your resistance is just your old programming. Do the practices anyway. Let the results speak for themselves. Now here's what I promised at the beginning. I told you that 99% of people will never receive the quantum signal, and now you know why. They're not broadcasting on the right frequency. They're carrying interference patterns they don't even know exist, and they're completely disconnected from the natural amplifiers that make manifestation 10 times more powerful. But before you go rushing off to apply all of this, there's one mistake that 90% of people make, even after learning everything I just taught you. And this mistake will sabotage everything if you don't know what it is. Let me reveal it now. As promised, I'm going to reveal the #1 error that prevents 90% of people from successfully receiving the quantum signal, even after they've learned everything I just taught you. This error is so subtle, so deeply embedded in how we've been taught to manifest, that most people never even notice they're doing it, and it sabotages everything. Are you ready? The error is this: trying to force the manifestation instead of allowing the frequency. Let me explain. When you do the coherence practice, when you clear your field, when you align with natural cycles, if you're doing it with the energy of, I need this to work, I must change my reality now, this has to manifest or I'm screwed, you're still vibrating in the frequency of lack, not abundance. You're still operating from fear, not trust. You're still broadcasting, I don't have this yet. I'm incomplete without it. I'm broken until it arrives. And guess what the quantum field hears? Not your words, not your visualizations. It hears the dominant frequency, absence, need, desperation. And the field responds with more experiences of needing, more situations where you feel the absence of what you want. This is why people can do manifestation work for years and still struggle. They're doing the right techniques with the wrong energy. They're trying to use quantum mechanics to escape their current reality instead of using quantum mechanics to align with their true frequency. Why is this error so common? Because we've been programmed to believe that manifestation is about getting something we don't have, about becoming someone we're not yet, about fixing what's broken. But quantum physics tells us the opposite. All timelines exist simultaneously. The version of you that already has what you want exists right now on a parallel timeline. You're not trying to create it. You're trying to match its frequency so you can shift into that timeline. When you approach manifestation as getting or fixing, you're coming from separation. You're affirming that you don't have it, which is the exact frequency that keeps you in the timeline where you don't have it. But when you approach manifestation as alignment, as simply tuning your dial to match the frequency that already exists, you're coming from wholeness, from completion, from it already is. And that frequency is what collapses the quantum wave into physical reality. So here's the secret. Do the practices from a place of play, not pressure, from curiosity, not desperation, from alignment, not attachment. Practice coherence because it feels good, not because you need it to work. Clear your field because you're honoring your energy, not because you're broken. Align with the moon because you're dancing with nature, not because you're trying to manipulate the universe. It's a subtle shift in being, but it makes all the difference between manifestation and blocking. So let's recap what you've learned today. First, you discovered the science. You learned that consciousness affects matter, not as philosophy, but as proven physics from the 1927 observer effect experiments. You learned that your heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than your brain, and that this field responds to emotion, not thought. Institute of HeartMath, 1993. You learned that trauma and inherited patterns are stored in your body as frequencies, not memories, creating interference in your signal. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, 1994. You learned that the Earth itself generates a 783 Hertz electromagnetic field that your body is designed to synchronize with, and modern life disconnects you from this natural amplifier. Schumann resonance, 1952. This isn't mysticism. This is quantum physics, neuroscience, bioelectromagnetism, measurable, provable science. Second, you saw how energy works. You learned that you're not just a physical body. You're a broadcasting station with 3 electromagnetic centers: brain, heart, and gut. You learned that your biofield extends 8 to 10 feet around your body and carries emotional information that the quantum field responds to in real time. You learned that you're broadcasting through layers of interference, childhood programming, ancestral trauma, collective consciousness that distort your signal. You learned that coherence, alignment between your 3 brains, is what makes your signal strong and clear. And you learned that you're not creating reality from scratch. You're selecting which timeline you tune into based on the frequency you're broadcasting. Third, you learned the practices. You learned the quantum coherence protocol, 15 minutes daily to align your brain, heart, and gut, and consciously broadcast the frequency of your desired reality. You learned the Biofield clearing protocol, 10 minutes every morning to dissolve interference patterns, release inherited trauma, and set energetic boundaries. You learned the natural alignment protocol, how to sync with lunar cycles, seasonal rhythms, and the Earth's electromagnetic field to amplify your signal 10x. And you learned the most important practice of all: allowing instead of forcing, aligning instead of chasing, being the frequency instead of needing the outcome. When you integrate these 3, science, energy, and practice, you're not just learning theory. You're becoming a quantum-conscious human being, someone who understands the mechanics of reality creation and has the tools to navigate it intentionally. You're no longer a victim of circumstance. You're a conscious broadcaster, deliberately choosing which timeline you want to collapse into your physical experience. This is what it means to receive the quantum signal. This is what 99% of people never learn. But you're in the 1% now. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what was the biggest insight you had while watching this video? Which part resonated most deeply with you? Was it learning about the electromagnetic field of your heart? Was it understanding that trauma creates interference patterns? Was it discovering that the Earth has its own frequency that you can sync with? Or was it something else? A moment where something just clicked and you finally understood why your manifestations haven't been working the way you wanted? Write it in the comments. I read every single one and I'll respond personally. And if you want to share your experience after applying these protocols for 21 days, please come back here and tell us what happened. Your story could be the catalyst that inspires thousands of other people to finally step into their power. If this content resonated with you, if you felt something shift while watching this video, then subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This is just the beginning of your quantum awakening journey. Every week, I release new videos that integrate quantum physics, consciousness science, energy medicine, and practical spirituality. We go deep into topics like timeline jumping and parallel realities, reprogramming your subconscious mind at the quantum level, working with your light body and biofield, ancient hermetic principles backed by modern science, advanced manifestation protocols that actually work. This channel is for people who are done with surface-level spirituality and ready for real transformation backed by real science. If that's you, hit the subscribe button now. You're part of the 1% who's ready for this information. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, someone who's been struggling to manifest their reality, someone who feels stuck in repeating patterns, someone who's ready to understand the science behind consciousness and creation, share this video with them. You might be changing someone's life right now, because here's the truth. Not everyone is ready for this information. Not everyone wants to take responsibility for being a conscious creator. Some people are comfortable being victims of circumstance, but the people in your life who are ready, they're waiting for this signal. They're searching for this understanding. Be the bridge. Share this video. You could be the reason someone finally breaks free from a lifetime of limitation. Before you go, I need you to understand something important. You're not here by accident. The fact that you found this video out of millions of videos on YouTube, out of infinite possibilities in the quantum field, is not random. The fact that you watched it all the way to the end, that means something. It means you're ready for this information. It means your higher self guided you here, because it's time for you to step into the next level of your consciousness evolution. You didn't find this video. This video found you. This is the quantum signal I was talking about. And you're one of the 1% who actually received it. Most people would have clicked away in the first 5 minutes. But you stayed, you listened, you felt something shift inside you. That's not coincidence, that's synchronicity. That's your soul saying, yes, finally, this is what I've been waiting for. So here's what I want you to remember. You have within you the power to change your frequency. And when you change your frequency, you change your reality. Not through magic, through physics, not through luck, through alignment, not through suffering, through coherence. You are the broadcaster, you are the antenna, you are the conscious observer who collapses infinite quantum possibilities into one lived experience. The quantum field is responding to you right now, in this moment, as you watch this video. It's responding to the frequency you're transmitting. And every moment you get to choose that frequency. You can choose fear, and the field will bring you more to fear. You can choose lack, and the field will bring you more experiences of lacking. You can choose love, and the field will bring you more to love. You can choose abundance, and the field will bring you more to be abundant about. You are the creator of your reality, not because I said so, because quantum physics says so, and now you have the knowledge, you have the science, you have the tools. The universe is waiting for you to step into your power. The quantum field is waiting for you to broadcast a clear, coherent, aligned signal. Your highest timeline is waiting for you to tune into its frequency. So start today. Start now. Do the 15-minute coherence protocol this evening before bed. Do the 10-minute biofield clearing tomorrow morning before anything else. Go outside barefoot and ground yourself to the Earth's electromagnetic field and watch the magic, the quantum magic, unfold in your life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being one of the 1% who's ready to receive this signal. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay in coherence, stay in consciousness, stay connected to the infinite field of quantum possibilities. You are the signal. Broadcast wisely.